Welcome into Game Changers. Yes, Bo Camper is happy. So is Goldie, because yes, football is back. Mike
How about that?
Alongside two guys I see more than my family.
Yeah,
Steve Goldstein, Kim Bo Camper.
Lucky you.
Lucky me. Lucky me.
Training camp's almost over. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you know what? It doesn't matter. Any time of year, I'm stuck with you guys.
You gotta throw the word stuck in.
I know. It didn't feel good.
Why do you have to go with the stuck?
52 weeks a year. It's double the pregame.
See, people ask me, I go, it's always wonderful to hang out with Mike and Kim. He goes, I'm stuck with you guys. Yeah, I don't say that.
I always look forward to leaving from being with Cunha.
Enough about me.
There you go.
Let's talk a little football.
Yeah.
Yes, the Dolphins have hit the preseason finally, but is anyone having a better week than Tyreek Hill?
Woo.
He gets his big payday. Not only that, he gets named the #1 player in the NFL, Bo. A lot of people had a problem with this because Patrick Mahomes was in there. Bo,
you mean because Patrick Mahomes is the best player?
I would say that if there is an argument, it would be Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
But because they both have the same traits. I mean, Tyreek's best wide receiver in the National Football League, Mahomes best quarterback in the National, and both of them play hurt. Both of them are very competitive, so it's very close. But I'm gonna have to stay with the hometown guy. I'm going with Tyreek, and because this guy is so important to this football team, as important as Mahomes is to the Kansas City Chiefs, and I really don't care about seeing the Kansas City Chiefs much anymore. So I'm looking forward to seeing our guy in number 10 going into the Super Bowl this year, or at least glimpsing or getting by, getting close to it.
Well, Mahomes, I don't even think he was the top quarterback. Was that Lamar Jackson
no,
on the top 5?
Because I think he was number 4.
Yeah,
right?
Lamar was right behind him.
It was, and then it was Christian McCaffrey in 3, and then Mahomes. How do you put Mahomes 4th? How do you put Mahomes 4th?
Look, maybe players, are thinking of who's the hardest guy to play against.
Right.
That could be Tyreek Hill. He could flat out embarrass you. But if you're playing a game tonight or tomorrow morning or a full season, that's the guy everybody's taking. But to your point, Bo, most valuable player, Tyreek Hill. We knew he was a great player. I didn't know the guy has the work ethic. Yeah. There were games last year like the Carolina game, embarrassing, down a couple touchdowns at home. Tyreek's running up and down the sideline, got everybody fired up. He brings all that juice. And we did see when he was hurt late in the season what happened to this offense. He is as valuable as any player.
He brings that energy and juice at practice.
I'll give you this from Mahomes. I believe Mahomes could go to any team in this league and be maybe not as successful as he is, but very, very. He could elevate a team.
You think every team in football makes the playoffs with him at quarterback?
Well, I don't think the Patriots do. I don't think there's a couple of those Carolina, but I would.
That's about it.
I would say 3/4 of the team.
Okay.
He could take 3/4 of the team either near or to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I believe it.
By the way, when was the last time Tyreek Hill missed the playoffs for the record?
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
He doesn't miss it either.
No, I think it's interesting though when we talk about Tyreek and all the superlatives. Yeah. I think the way he handled his contract situation
was awesome.
is maybe not great for contract negotiations for other players because of what he did, but great for him and great for the Dolphins.
Yeah, look, he made it known that he wanted to be paid. He didn't go into a shell. He didn't moan and groan about it. He went to work, but I'm sure every day he's calling Drew up and saying, "Hey, let's get this thing done." So behind the scenes, I think he was pressing him. But I don't think he wanted to take that public stance and put it that way, which I can respect that. Well, look, you're the #1 guy in the league, voted by the players, right? You've done everything this team has asked you to do. You're the best player on this team. Time to get paid. Although it's that what happens next year when someone else gets paid. And, hey, I need a little more money. But
which is what happened now, basically.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But I think right now, I like the way he handled it without going out in the newspapers and and holding out, going back. That's what I said. So I said give me that guy that goes out and works, and I'll pay that guy. Guy that's moaning and groaning, I might try to find a way to ship him out like a Brandon Ayuk or one of those guys.
I thought they all handled it great.
Yes.
I mean, Jalen Waddle, you never even heard a word from. All of a sudden, here comes this $3 million 3-year deal.
Yeah.
And Tyreek never said, I got to be paid as the highest wide receiver.
Right.
In fact, he's not the highest. I got to be in the ballpark.
Right.
He had the great analogy. If the Amazon driver is making more deliveries than anybody else, he should make more money than the other guy that's slower or not working as hard. I think all of the players that were due contracts handled it wonderfully. never really affected the team. And I think that goes back to the relationship general manager Chris Greer has and the coach Mike McDaniel has with these players.
That's why I was going to say that relationship with Mike McDaniel, I think more so than Chris Greer, and certainly Chris Greer has to have a good relationship with him. But I think Mike McDaniel is that straw there that all of them want to play with him. They like what they're doing. They know they can be successful with it.
Yeah.
And I give Mike McDaniel a lot of credit, even though I don't think he stepped in and put his finger on any of these negotiations. But I think these guys wanted to be here because of Mike as much as anything else.
I think you hit it right on the head that the guys they like being here.
Yeah.
They don't want to ruffle feathers. Tyreek Hill said it to Drew.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever you do, don't get me traded.
Yeah.
I want to be
here. Yeah, don't push it over the limit.
Don't push it too hard. And to the point you had, Goldie, like wasn't asked to be the top guy. But when you see, A.J. Brown, when you see Devontae Smith, when you see all these guys move up ahead of him on the pay list, at that point you got to be like, all right, you got to compensate me for what I'm doing. He doesn't need to hold out because everyone knows what he is. The only receiver to have 1,700 yards in back-to-back seasons. And the number one player in the NFL, as we saw. He didn't have to haggle. Everyone knows what it was. His production was there.
Well handled, really, all around.
They signed those three guys, and they still have a bunch of cap space.
Well, the two, they lowered the cap.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Gave you more cap.
Exactly.
They're still sitting there like sixth most cap space in the league.
Exactly. So, I mean, you get that, and you get the bonus with the cap space.
Yeah. But it's just,
it's all funny money.
You got to win.
Yeah.
But it's just a good vibe that you don't have guys publicly. I mean, the most public complaint was Tua saying the market's the market at the OTAs and a little.
That's as bad as it got.
And a little, I don't want to even use the word frustrated because he wouldn't, but like, hey, I want to get this thing done. Right. And he made an interesting comment in his press conference too. He said, I know how much work I need to be ready for the season. So he only held in that one day. There's only one practice that he totally sat out.
I'll give Tua this. For that from once they started talking about Tua's contract, he was on every national show. It started out with every national show, NFL Network, ESPN, everything was about Tua's contract. And at some point, the burden of walking out of the door and everyone's like, hey, what's going on? It just gets much. And I think that played into Tua in the frustration part of not getting it done as much as anything.
Well, everyone else was getting theirs done.
Right.
He's the guy, he did make the playoffs, didn't win enough late in the year. We all know that. And he was the guy who led the league in the passing yards. He was the guy at this time last year, everybody said, look, if this guy just plays every game and stays healthy, we'll give him whatever he wants. Well, he stayed healthy, played every game, and he wasn't getting whatever he wanted. So.
Well, yes, it's great to see, and I think we're all happy it wasn't that drama-filled. We're just talking about football.
And win.
Yeah.
Well.
Right?
Show me the money. Show me the Super Bowl.
All right. Show me the full screen.
Can we get that on a T-shirt?
For Dolphins Weekly Live. Because if the Dolphins win, whether they win or lose, we'll be here for you every Sunday starting at 11:30 a.m. Of course, we got another show.
One down, 25 to go.
That's right. 26 weeks, or as Bo likes to call it, 6 months of Dolphins Weekly Live coming your way. Bo will be there for each and every one.
You're not taking any off?
Not taking any off, my friend.
You take all
I
of them
even come in on the bye
Cheap
weeks, my friend. I come in on the bye weeks.
That's right.
Because you get paid on the bye.
Both you guys leave, and I got to do the show by myself. That's a team.
You're not an intern.
Kinjemi's here.
There are invoices. You do get paid. We don't feel bad.
Oh, we do?
He gets paid by the word. We come back here on Game Changers, Mr. 305 or Mr. Worldwide.
Thank you.
There you go.
Mr.
Name the stadium
International.
after himself. We're heading to FIU next.
Game Changers is sponsored by your Volkswagen dealers of South Florida. Shop your 7-passenger favorites at VWFlorida.com.
Welcome back to Game Changers, everyone. Pitbull has officially named FIU's football stadium after himself. Yes, Pitbull is here. That's either Goldie with sunglasses or
somebody put the little, what is that called? The typing thing that you type a sticker?
A label?
I thought
A
it was that guy, Scott. What's his name from SportsCenter?
See, look, it says Goldie.
Scott
No.
Van Pelt.
I mean, there is a little resemblance when I put the sunglasses on. There's a money difference, of course.
How much you get paid
but
for
you
the
wear
sale
cheaper
of each one?
suits than Pitbull does.
I try not
That's
to.
true.
Those
I
are
try
pretty quality
not to.
suits
But
that
there
he's
it
got
is. That's
there.
one of the big jokes in the sports office at CBS Miami.
For the next 5 years, we're gonna have to call the football
Pitbull
stadium Pitbull Stadium. $1.2 million a year. He's giving away. It's amazing. I mean, I love this. I think this is
awesome.
Really cool.
Yep.
And it feels like the most Miami thing ever.
He's a Miami guy, Mr. 305, Mr. International. Brought him. Look at there he goes.
Armando, as his friends and family probably call him down here.
Yeah.
Yes, he gets a stadium named after him. So that led me to think, man, we should do this to other stadiums here in South Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Why not?
Okay.
Right? So get the whiteboards, gentlemen.
All right.
It's a Cunyo special on this question
Mike
here on this
Cunyo
edition of Game
special.
Changers. Look at the jerseys. Amazing. I love it.
The
Great
Miami
ideas.
Dade, yes, they're amazing, and I don't know if this guy makes any noise. Oh, he
Does
does.
it?
Well, look,
Does he
he's
say
head shaking.
Dolly? What does he say?
All right, Goldie,
shaking.
I know you were racking your brain over this one, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on you.
Yeah, this was a great one by you, though, Mike,
Thank you.
to rename
Rename a stadium.
Rename a
a
stadium.
venue in South Florida.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bo, you do this
Well,
off.
so I'm going to do this, and I could have gone a couple different ways with the name. I'm steadfast with the name.
Okay.
I'm going to call Amarant Bank Arena. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, Amarant Bank. Yeah.
The Brooks Koepka Hole.
Oh, that's good.
But I was going to say
great.
the blank blank Brooks Koepka.
Right.
It was
to quote Aaron Ekblad.
to quote Aaron Ekblad.
The parade.
But I didn't think that. Where is it?
Yeah.
I didn't think that would work on this show. So I
It's
said
called Koepka.
the Brooks Koepka
Close enough.
Hole.
Close enough. Close enough. That's
I
really
like
good.
it.
That's really good. All right, Goldie.
You want me to get? You know I'm usually a positive person.
Oh, here
you
we
know
go.
that. On these shows.
He
and
went to Brooks Koepka Hole. You
Okay,
can't
but
get
that's-
any worse.
you know,
All he's missing is a traffic cone, and it would have been fine.
I was looking for one.
I root for him.
I was going to bring it in with me.
I root for this team. I hope they win.
Oh, don't try
I go to
soft-
games.
Don't soft sell it, Goldie.
Sorry, Marlins.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
Broke
You got to show me,
Well,
man. You
that's
got to. And maybe, hey,
How can you do that, Goldie?
I'm in on the.
How can you do
You
that?
told me to have
To
a
our
little
baseball,
bite.
To our baseball team,
That
you did
was-
that?
You told me to have a little.
To Miami's baseball
That
team,
was
you did
terrible. 2 World Series since
Wow,
you've been down
wow.
here. Are you kidding
And they
me?
give you free
They
tickets,
did that.
too.
I hope-
What
They
else?
give you free
What have the
tickets
Mets
and you
done
do
for you
better
since
than
then?
I
They're
hope.
probably broke because they give you so many free
You know
tickets.
what? Then I'm
That's
gonna.
right.
I've been peer pressured. I'm erasing it.
Just an awful human.
I hope it works.
Yeah.
By the way, they both encourage me. No, have a little bite. You know, get a little
We didn't know
negative.
you were going to do
No,
that.
I didn't know you were going to go that far.
You know
Right.
what? In one of those moments, you call them like you see them. They got a lot to prove. They've torn it down. I hope it works. We've been saying this for a couple of decades.
Yeah.
Fix it.
There you go.
Fix it.
I'm going to say this. I love your.
Was it pretty good though?
It was good. It was
Okay.
good. So much so that I hate my pick now. 'cause
hate
I
is a
thought-
strong
I thought
word.
I should have put some more. This is.
You didn't put much thought into it.
This is no. There was.
He came up with the question.
There
What
was,
do you mean?
There was wishful thinking. If. Because I try to stay on the college football route.
Yeah.
If the Hurricanes were to ever get a stadium, I'm not going the Rock. I'm going
Okay.
Stallone Stadium. If they were ever to get it,
Not
you
terrible.
have a Rocky.
No.
You get the Rocky statue
There you
out
go.
there.
No, there you go.
Yeah.
That's
Not
all right.
terrible.
Not
That's
terrible, but
fine.
not great either.
Not great.
No.
No.
It was a tough act to
It
follow.
would have to be
after
the
this.
Rock. It would have to be the Rock.
Okay,
you know?
can
I
we
mean,
get a little ranking of the names? Who's first?
We should do this more often.
Who
by
went
the way.
first? Who got first place?
Oh, Bo.
Really?
Bo
Over
wins.
me?
Yeah.
You know, I put a little thought into it.
You get 2 for courage. For
I had
going
a few
Mine's
number.
actually the name of the venue that had ballpark in it.
Yeah, but look,
With alliteration.
I wanted to keep the Panther part of it in the thing. So Koepka up in his box,
Yeah.
you know, calling down and everyone calling, and then clapping when they win the trophy
Right,
and stuff, right?
right.
Turncoat, whatever you
Well,
want to
look,
call it.
he said he apologized to Aaron Ekblad.
Yeah.
He said he was enjoying himself a little too much on the beverages that night, and he was a little
That
bit
night,
frustrated.
Every night he was there.
That would be funny though, if because
It was, by the way, 15 months later
Yes.
that they had the parade,
Right.
and Ekblad didn't forget.
Right. Well, this is what they should do. There should be a statue of like Aaron Ekblad, Kachuk, and Barkov someday to get because you know they've been here a long time. Well, Kachuk hasn't, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
With a cone.
And then Koepka in the back holding the cone over his head. Those guys holding the cup.
Yeah.
Koepka holding the cone.
Hey, Koepka snuck into some of the, not snuck in, but was in New York for some of the
Yeah.
Eastern Conference
Yeah.
Final games. I
Awesome,
saw him in a couple
awesome.
games, yeah. So
Awesome. Was he wearing a Ranger
he's a big
jersey?
fan. Ranger jersey with the cone.
He was paparazzi. He was sending me pictures. He goes, "Look who's here."
Well, that's because we were on the air live at like 11:30 at night from Madison Square Garden. We were the only ones left.
Yeah. All right. So if we were gonna rank this gold, silver, bronze.
Really? I thought I got the
I figured I'd bring
Yes.
home the gold.
And
First time. though.
that's going to segue us
usually a bronze
into
guy.
the
Yeah.
next
Yeah, I'm back.
segment where we're
Running
talking
and taking
about
up
the
the lead as well.
Olympics.
We're gonna go that way.
Oh, hold on. We do have a traffic cone.
There we go. There
Bruno
we go.
makes an
There it
appearance
is.
on
Right
Game
there.
Changers.
There you go, Bruno. How about
Cameraman
Bruno?
extraordinaire.
There you go.
Here you go,
There you
Mo.
go, Mo.
There you,
All right, now you win.
there you go.
Now
huh?
Mo wins.
Props. You always win.
Do it like Ekblad. Put it over your head.
Where did we get this?
Almost says Brooks on there anyway.
Where did we get the Bob's barricades?
Oh, that's Bonds.
It's been the most constant
Bob's.
logo in my life.
Huh? Who doesn't know Bob's
right.
barricades?
Traffic
We got
cone makes the appearance.
Olympic talk when we
And
come back.
Ekblad's got the ring.
There you go.
He's got the cone. Cone here.
Welcome back to Game Changers, where we're just collecting props.
Look at Pitbull.
Like
It's
the
amazing.
United States has been
Pitbull's
collecting.
already on the top
medals.
of Brooks Koepka hole. Huh?
Yeah, are you going to bring this out for Goldie's gang?
Those are two of the stadium names.
Iconic.
A
There
real
we go.
one and one that he made up.
There you go.
There you go.
That's
I
right.
I love it. All right, so the Olympics are going on right now. The United States is killing it in the medal count. They're far and away ahead of everybody else in the total count. China and the U.S. fighting for that gold. But I thought this segment, instead of ripping on somebody, Goldie, you like to rip the Marlins.
Really not true.
I thought we could
every week.
celebrate the U.S. Olympic team,
Yeah.
and particularly the women athletes and competitors, because they are crushing it, from Simone Biles to Katie Ledecky,
Yeah.
up and down. They are running away with this. I don't know where they would be, but I think if the U.S. women were their own country, divide the men and women, they'd probably be in the top 10.
Yeah.
Have you guys had like an event or an athlete that you've enjoyed watching the most?
Well, I like the swimming. I like
Yeah.
I like the track and field. I mean, that's my favorite. But Katie Ledecky, she's been 6th Olympic. I mean, she's been here for
She's
like
incredible.
30 years. I mean, it just keeps going and going. She's like the female Michael Phelps, right? And it's so just remarkable what she's been able to do over a long duration of time. But I always like to watch the women's gymnastics. Simone Biles, great. Last year she got a little twisted or so far and then kind of dropped out, but kind of redeemed herself this year. And that, the drama of this, and the girls seem to take the drama and make it really feel real to you. You
Yeah.
kind of get a little tear in your eye every now and then. And,
You do, huh?
So I actually one of the Olympic was the first one to get a gold medal, silver medal in pairs diving, synchronized diving.
Yeah.
Diving was a girl that grew up in my neighborhood with my kids.
Wow.
And Nora parents and
See, that's why you've gotten soft.
Yeah, I got a little soft.
Yeah, usually you're not soft with this stuff. Usually, tough it out.
Right.
Yeah, like the gymnastics
That's it.
drama
Yeah.
is not up the Beaucamp or alley, usually.
Yeah.
Right? Usually
Well-
you wouldn't be a fan of that. If you just go out there and
Well, I tell you, there was
flip and do your thing.
there was the other but I think this was a French girl, the French girl that threw the discus.
Yes.
Usually the discus throwers are kind of big. She's a little like a lean little girl. The one who broke a world's record with the discus. It's been some great entertainment out
Good
there.
wingspan, maybe just
No,
watching it out there.
Quickness, burst, all that thing. She could play a wide receiver in the
I'm with you on the swimming.
New England Patriots.
Because I find it fascinating, because to see people do like sports you never really competed in, and see how great they are at it, to me blows my mind. Like, discus and shot put, all that stuff, javelin, but the gymnastics is insane.
Yeah.
When you see the beam and it's like that wide and they're standing on it and doing flips and stuff, get out of here.
I do think 100%.
Yeah.
They're amazing athletes, but there is an opinion to that in some ways.
Yes.
Swimming,
Yeah.
for her to do what she's doing
Yeah.
over these decades against younger
Sure.
and faster.
It's not somebody judging it.
There's
It's
no
against
judge.
the clock.
You're against the clock.
Yeah.
For her to do what
Yeah.
she's doing is truly amazing. I've also, even though Caitlin Clark should be there because double the people would be watching,
Right.
and she belongs on that team, I'm enjoying the Olympic women's basketball
I'll
team.
tell
I
you
watched
what,
a couple games.
Tell you what, the men's gymnastic, they get shortchanged a little bit.
100%,
I watched a lot
always
of them.
do.
Those guys are
Yeah.
good. The vault, they get in that pommel horse, all the things.
It's the same thing with men's figure skating in the Olympics. It's always more attention
but
is
I
paid
tell
to
you,
the
when you
women's.
watch them, those guys put a lot of. I mean, that's a lot of work into that, and it's and they kind of would take a backseat to the women. But I thought that was good. I thought that was really good
It still
stuff.
blows my mind. That
And then the
these guys-
swimming in the river where they all threw up after the race.
Oh my gosh!
That was
What are
pretty
they?
good stuff.
They were drinking some odd stuff to offset whatever was in the river.
that's not good. When you
They were getting sick?
When you
What was
gotta
it?
offset something.
The mayor jumped in and swam a lap before.
The mayor tried to prove a point.
Right, to try to prove a
Then
point.
he went to the
Is
doctor.
the mayor still around?
Then the mayor went to the doctor's
He's got
office.
diarrhea still.
All right, we still got one more segment to go here on Game Changer. We'll wrap it up, see what's trending next. Welcome back to Game Changers. We were just talking about the Olympics, and I find at every Olympic game, there's a rising star, whether it's Michael Phelps or Ryan Lochte back in the day, or this year you got the men's gymnastics team, the guy who's sitting there brought in for one event and goes out there and crushes it. Dwayne Wade might be it for me. I mean, in terms of calling games and stuff, he's gotten a lot of love. Have you guys gotten maybe who's been your favorite rising star so far in this
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg's my man.
They're all in on him.
Snoop Dogg was all over. He was carrying the torch. Yeah. He's been on everything.
Him and Flava Flav.
Equestrian. He's doing badminton. He's doing everything in there.
He interviewed Simone Biles' mom.
Yeah.
In the opening ceremonies.
He's been all over the place there.
He's sitting with the families of like the swimmers and stuff and cheering with them.
It's a good call, Bo.
Look, it's good stuff. I mean, from what he's built himself into, he's become an icon.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I love everything he does.
Well, I've got one, and it's kind of Olympic related in the broadcast. When you say my emerging person is Kim Bocamper.
Yeah.
I mean, Bocamper's dropping Snoop Dogg, Brooks Koepka.
Yeah.
He's got cones on this.
He brought it today.
Football's back.
Yes.
Bocamper,
I dig
100%.
I dig deep, Goldie.
Yeah.
I dig deep.
Training camp star.
What's
he going to do in October? That's the question.
You know what they say? When an athlete's injured, they really hone in. Look at his hand. He's fighting hurt.
I want to be on the quickest minute in a pregame show in sports at one point.
America's
fastest pregame show.
There you go, America's fastest pregame show.
Now he's trying to
He's trying
out. I'm trying to
only
push you
allowed
out.
one guest.
Little secret, Bo. There's no pay in that. Do you know that?
No, well, let Goldie do it this year.
There's no pay in that.
Yeah, that's why Lauren Pastrana picked up in the background one time, and that was it.
That's only it's exclusive to the Cuneo Instagram and sometimes the CBS Miami Instagram.
Yeah, but still, all publicity is good.
All right, 10 seconds. We got to go.
Hey,
we'll see you at the Dolphin game each and every week.
Who's going to win? Who cares in the preseason?
We'll see you next time.
Got to learn to win.